I did a little video about an adaptation of Death Note, and if you may notice, I like Death Note a lot. It is genuinely one of my favourite things. And a lot of people made the assumption that I was talking about the Netflix original Death Note movie. Why would I say that was good? I realised I had a clickbaity title, however, I do genuinely love the 2015 Death Note adaptation TV series. It's Japanese, it's good, look it up, it's actually really good, okay? I also made it quite clear in the description of that video, my review of my original review is in the description. And likewise, I'm gonna link my original review of the Death Note live action film in this description. Now, it's been a few years and I have not watched it since I made that review until just now, and I have to say I didn't fully watch it, I could not stand it. I just skimmed through and adapted my notes I'd already previously made. And yes, all my notes are in the Death Note because I want this film to disappear. Hopefully it'll work this time. You've never worked for me before. Though you did kill Alex Day's career. Setting. First things first. We're not in Japan anymore. No. We are in America, of course, because Netflix has to take everything to America. You gotta love it. There is the topic of whitewashing. Now, I'm not going to mention that here. I'm not really going to mention it, but it will be brought back up at the end. Obviously, we are not in Japan anymore, which means that names get a bit weird. Light. That is a weird name for someone. It's probably more acceptable in somewhere like Japan, because it means different things over there. Light Turner. Light Turner. Who thought that was good? Why not just have a Japanese actor? No, whitewashing can be done later. Let's do that later. We've got James, who has been playing Soichiro. We have Mia, rather than Misa. And she also is nothing like Misa. I'll get on to that. And then we have Kira. Now, Kira, as you may have guessed, and you may know, in the original Death Note, he chooses the name Kira because it is killer in English. And they say Kira because in their accents, a lot of the time, L and R are the same, and ER would sound like ah. So Kira, killer, Kira, okay? I'm not trying to be offensive, please don't cancel me. But yes, that is essentially why he's called Kira. Now in this version, of course they have to have Kira yet again, but there's no reason for that, right? Because that doesn't make sense in English when translating into English. He chooses it because apparently light in Russian is Kira, and Celtic is also Kira. No. A simple Google search will take you to the realization that Kira in Russian is mistress or leader. And he also says that Kira in Japanese is their word for light. That is very wrong. Kira is them saying killer, okay? It does not mean killer in Japanese. That is not what it is. If you look up Kira in Japanese, you will be told that there is no such word in Japanese. However, the closest thing is kira, which means sparkly, shiny, or glittery. So, well done guys, you have named yourself Glitter. Character assassinations. They wrecked every character. Honestly, every character. Light, he is a dumbass. An actual dumbass. He has his Death Note wide open in the middle of the gym, even after having evidence that he has written someone's name in who recently died. Are you kidding me? Additionally, he instantly tells Mia about it, even though before that moment they have had maybe 2 instances where they've looked at each other. They have no real relationship, okay? They have literally no trust, nothing that should suggest to him, oh, I'll tell her, other than she's hot. Now, Mia, not Misa, Mia. She is the opposite of Misa. She is an edgelord wannabe cool kid, which is why my outfit today is an attempt at an edgelord Misa without being Mia, because I refuse. Mia is just, nah. Notable things about Mia is that she is really turned on about the idea of murdering people. They constantly have sex while murdering people. Very weird. She is a better Kira than Light. A much better Kira than Light. Give her the stage. Give her Kira. She deserves it, okay? L. He's just a mess. He fluctuates as a character way too much. It feels like they tried to put L, Nia and Mello in the same character. Now you may, if you've seen the other one, realise that I was complimentary of the fact that they put Nia and Mello together in the last one I talked about. However, that worked because you still had L, and L was still the same character, and let's be honest, Nia and Mello don't really get that much character development or arcs in the original, so that's why it works to put them in the same character. But L, he's completely different. That's the point. And it's just messy. Ryuk. Bad writing. Just bad writing, and I'm not a big fan of the voice actor, I will be honest. I'm sure he's good in other things, but this character, combined with the terrible writing, is just... it's not Ryuk. He's not bored, he's not there to just watch a fun show. Instead, he's encouraging Light to do stuff. He's like, oh, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do this. Oh, if you're scared, I'll take it off you, don't worry. That is not Ryuk. I'm sorry, but that is just not Ryuk. Sorry, bye. And James, aka Soichiro, Light's dad. He is an emotionally unstable idiot. Very much like his son, actually. That is quite accurate. They are very father-like son. He also has a ridiculous moment when he assaults L. He's meant to be police, right? So he assaults his essential superior in that moment, so he should have been fired from the case and probably suspended for a bit. But no, of course. This film, they can't deal with that. No. Genre disfiguration. This series is basically a murder mystery with supernatural stuff involved in it. That is what it is. It is a cat and mouse chase between a detective and a murderer, but it's got the added supernatural aspects to make it more interesting. However, in this version, there is none of that. There is no murder mystery. There's no heart attacks. The literal reason that Kira is so unusual as a murderer is the fact that it's all heart attacks. Instead, it's just bizarre situations. The way that they get Kira is because he gets 6 cell inmates to write in Japanese on the wall, "Lord Kira has returned," or something. But the thing is, yes, in those 6 cases, sure, how can they be sure that those 6 cases relate to any of the other murders? They can't. It's absolutely crazy. There is no subtlety in this drama. It's all stupid, badly done action. They tried to take a murder mystery and turn it into the most in-your-face, edgelord action thing you can think of. And it was terrible. Another thing in the plot that kind of ruins the mystery about it is that in the original, part of the mystery of the Death Note is the fact that Ryuk doesn't know everything about it, and Light barely knows anything about it. There's not many rules in it. Light has to work it out all on its own. However, in the book, it's already pre-written. It's like this, except this is a, fan, this is like a thing you can buy. It has the rules in because we've seen the anime. It doesn't have all these rules in at the start. It's got like a couple of pages, a couple of the rules. Most of the rules aren't there. Also, I'm pretty sure half of the rules they used in the original aren't actually in the Death Note. Anyway, but that's something else. Light basically, halfway through the film, he all but admits that he is L. They're having a conversation and he's like getting angry that L wants to catch Kira. To his face, like, oh, you think you're better? Oh, but you just want to kill him. Oh, da, da. And it's like, well, why are you acting so mad? You're meant to be hiding this, right? Oh no, you're not. You're fine with him knowing that you are Light, that you are Kira, right? So you've essentially just admitted it. That is kind of a confession. You could have just stopped the movie. I would have been so much happier if we'd stopped the movie. But there's 45 minutes left at that point. What? Now let's talk about the ending. So we have this stupidly dramatic scene of like a frickin' chase. So then we get to a Ferris wheel and then it's like a dramatic break and there's daft CGI and it's just bad, isn't it? And then at the end there is an implication that L puts Light's name in the Death Note, despite the fact that that literally undoes the entirety of L's character, even in this version when L is like multiple characters at once. The point is that L is meant to be trying to stop it because he thinks it is inhumane. If you get him to then do it, what was the point? What was the point of the entire freaking film? Now let's talk about the whitewashing. Okay, so you want to take it to America. There are Japanese people in America. There are half Japanese people. I'm sure you could find someone. If you couldn't, what you could have done in that situation is you could have gone, okay, let's not base it on Light and L. Let's just base it on the Death Note, because that is something which is apparent in all of the adaptations. There are adaptations of Death Note which do not involve these characters, because the thing that is important is Ryuk and the Death Note. The Shinigami and the Death Note. All you needed to do was have reports about a previous thing a couple of years earlier and then have this drop. Then you can literally use Turner, like the last name Turner, you can just be like Jake Turner, that is the guy, that's the person who's going to have the Death Note next. And then Kira makes sense because Kira was the name of the previous killer, so they can be like, oh my god, Kira's back. Then your issues are solved. I mean, also you could just get a Japanese actor, but who cares? So if anyone again dares to imply that I am supportive of Netflix's adaptation of Death Note, come meet me outside. We have some talking to do. Bye. Misa who? I'm Mia, and I'm an edgelord.